The Nancy Show, celebrating the art of Ernie Bushmiller, is a special museum book. And I didn't really know museum books were a thing, but apparently they are. I mean, I know they sell books at museum gift shops and stuff like that, but this appears to be like specially made by the museum, the Billy Ireland Cartoon Library and Museum at Ohio State University. So they're running a big Nancy exhibit for most of 2024. And I think this is just like a reproduction of the exhibit for all the people like me who can't actually go to Ohio. So it's fancy. This is really fancy. I do like how the pages. So here's like the first part of it is basically information about Ernie Bushmiller and various memorabilia pieces from the Nancy comic strip. And then the majority of it is actual original artwork. So I imagine in the actual museum we get to see like the artwork on the walls, and it's interesting just to see the original artwork, simply because it's so large. And this book does make an effort to try to present it as large as possible, which is nice, because if you read those comic strips in the newspaper, they would be a lot smaller, way smaller. This is probably like the largest size pages of any Nancy comic strip collection. Not that there's like hundreds and hundreds of Nancy comic strip collections like there are Garfield collections. So the majority of the book is this original artwork. And that's exactly what, my kid wants. My kid just wants to read a bunch of silly Nancy comics. She doesn't really care about the fact that, it's based on the original artwork. And you can sometimes see, like, they've got, like, notes here, like, the size lengths and such. So 13 3/4 inches wide. And, like, little marks on here to indicate where the various panels would have to go. So, if you like that kind of stuff, that's interesting. Actually, I think the most interesting one is the opening paper, which has an unfinished, like he did not finish the strip. So we have like pencil marks of where the things would go. That's interesting. And then the final 25% maybe is just color strips. So this is closer to how the strips would actually appear in an actual newspaper. And several times they like made an effort to have the original art and the color version together. I mean, it's not all the time, but like at least 6 of these different things. You can like flip back to page 12, see what it was the original version, and then flip over to see, hey, what's the final version that most people saw. And then at the very end, they have more stuff about Nancy, like that there are a bunch of other people that done the Nancy comic strip over the years. And it's like, okay, here are various Nancy books. And then the various Nancy strips. Looks like there are 5 or so different people that took over the Nancy strip. Yeah. And that's about it. So, it also came with this. This kind of a cool... I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. Maybe hang it up on my wall. Hang it up on my ceiling, so that's the first thing I see when I wake up every day. Nancy poster. But yeah, this is fancy. It makes me kind of want to go to the museum and see the exhibit, but I can't. So I'd say this is definitely a fun collection. Just interesting. If you're really interested in the artwork, then this is the one for you. If you just want to like get the maximum number of comics per page, then maybe this isn't for you because they're really large. They're like, these are very large strips. Whereas, if you're trying to maximize it, you probably could do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 per page and turn it sideways. But this is an art collection made for a museum, so of course they're trying to preserve the art, and I think they did a good job with that. I do kind of wish they had more of the earlier stuff with the Fritzy Ritz, but this is called the Nancy Show. And basically, to explain that for people who don't know, the Nancy comic strip used to be called the Fritzy Ritz comic, and that used to have a bit more realistic art Let me see if I can find more pictures like that, because Fritzy, like you'll notice Nancy and Sluggo are very cartoony characters, but Fritzy Ritz is like this gorgeous model, her Aunt Fritzy, and so when she was the main character of the comic strip, it was mostly just her posing and being a gorgeous model every single time. Like, here's a great example. This strip, where it's nothing but her posing, and it's kind of skeezy, actually, a little bit at times when it's nothing but this gorgeous woman posing in every single strip. But, like, that's Ernie Bushmiller is trying to do more with the art there, whereas later on in his career, like, the characters are more cartoonish. It's more simplified, and he was very good with that art. Yes, yes. But, you know, it's different style of art. So I think it could have been more interesting if they'd delved into that and done like contrasts with that. But hey, maybe that's just me. So I still think this was a great book. If you buy the book, the money goes to the museum and helps keep it alive. So that's cool. So those are my thoughts on the Nancy Show, celebrating the art of Ernie Bushmiller. Hope you enjoyed my little review, everyone. Bye.